when we look at STAM, yeah, stream means the R stands for reading, yeah. And I think reading is very important as well, yeah. So, but what I want to say here is that if we look at what makes a complete education, yeah. Yeats is one of the very famous English poets, am I right? Yeah. So, because I did literature, forgotten a lot about him. Because when you study something for exams, yeah, the minute you leave the exam hall, you forget everything that you've studied. That is the sad thing about examinations. But I work for the exam board. And this is the third exam board I work in my life. Yeah? I work with Lembaga Peperiksaan, Majlis Peperiksaan. This is Cambridge exams. They're a very rare career. Yeah? But I just want to share, education is not about filling a pail, but lighting a fire. I would just like to challenge Yeats. In today's world, yeah, teachers have a very tough role to fulfill. Very challenging role to fulfill. You not only have a pail to fill, you also have a fire to light up. You have both, two challenges. That is the part of being creative and being innovative, yeah? 21st century skill. And if I were to take the last picture, Drove highlighted the plumber that Henry Toy talked about this morning, who could still possibly have his job in another 20, 30 years' time. If I could think of another job, yeah, where I hardly heard a presenter saying, it could be the linguist. You can't possibly duplicate. And this morning, I was talking to Dhruv, talking to a few colleagues. They were talking about the difficulty of learning another language. After 40 years of marriage, he still has difficulties as a Japanese wife, learning Japanese. You know? So when we look at it, yeah, the linguist, that is what STEM is about. 21st century skill is preparing students for the multilingual world as well. I think without language, nothing happens. Don't prove me wrong. Yeah? I'm not a futurist, but I'm just a teacher at heart. Yeah? So I spent a long time in education, close to 40 years, but I'll just start my talk today a little bit. So as I say, I just like to challenge you for a start, yeah? So don't take every quotation literally. You know, that is a good teacher. Challenge the quotation, you know, amend it, practice, you know, kind of add value into it. Yeah? So I just want to ask teachers here today a very simple question. Yeah? Can a teacher teach a student everything? See, I see a lot of people shaking their heads. The answer is quite obvious. So how do you make up for that? You only have how many periods a week? How do you make up for this? You can't teach a teacher everything. So what I try to do today's topic, I just want to share a little bit about the Cambridge curriculum. When we look at it, yeah, I was just up visiting an international school in Sintok, and this principal told me what he strives to do in the school is to inculcate the habit of reading, which we Malaysians are terrible. Yeah, we don't even read manga. We only know manga as mangoes. Yeah. So I asked Mr. Bunsho just now. I had the privilege of having lunch with him, and he explained to me it just means educational graphic. Yeah, that is the meaning of manga in Japanese. Yeah. So I don't take things for granted. I ask. I'm always a curious one, as Henry Stoy say. So number one, it is very important to make up, you know, for what you have been entrusted to do. Yeah? Encourage a culture of reading, because reading opens up a window to many worlds. Yeah? You don't have to take the student there, but you find that it is so important to inculcate the reading habit. One of the sustainable goals, maybe, put in. The second thing I just want to say, we heard Keith talking about content on demand, digital content on demand. MIT STEM talking about the content, you know, the importance of technology. So we look at digital resources. They are a great help to acquire knowledge. Yeah? So you can't run away from digital resources. But having said that, the third factor, we are living in an information age. actually it's information explosion. How do we manage? How do we sieve? How do we sieve information? Lots of information. Each and every one of us only has 24 hours. You don't have more than that. Not a second more. How do you manage that? So when we take this, we put this into perspective. You look at what Henry Toy said this morning when he talked about VUCA, VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, what is C? Complexity, and A is, I see how good a student you are. Hey, quite good. Ambiguity, yeah, ambiguity. So we talk about a VUCA world. How do you prepare students to face all these challenges? So that's why when we look at our school, I'm glad that Dhruv highlighted, you will need a good curriculum, wherever you look at it. You will need a good curriculum to enable the students to progress, acquire skills. So in Cambridge, you look at a lot of our syllabuses, what we chalk on, we put in a lot of on the one hand, on the right hand is what we call knowledge. Yeah? On the right hand is skills. How do you marry these two? You have to equip the student with knowledge. You have to teach them skills. How do you match these two so that you learn how to solve problems? How to, what you call, use the skills that you learn, skills application, knowledge application. And these are very important skills. So when we look at it, as I say, that you have three challenging roles here in order to assist the student to optimize the students' potential. The second one, as I say, preparing them for the VUCA world. And that's where I think the Cambridge curriculum comes in. Yeah? Of course, there are many other good curriculum. It so happens that I think in a lot of international schools, those who do what they call the British curriculum, I think about 70% of them are doing the Cambridge curriculum. Yeah? So I think in that sense, I can earn my right of a place here. Yeah? So I'm very glad to organizers, the Selangor, what they call Library Association, for this opportunity to talk to you all. Yeah? I didn't expect that many people, honestly. I thought it was going to be very informal, 30, 40, one classroom, you know. But I see a lot of very inquisitive people, you know, those who came this morning, wow, they were all ears and, you know, ears and eyes, if I could use the term, yeah. So I thought I better buck up a little bit, yeah. So just to share with you how we define the Cambridge, what constitutes a good international education. What constitutes a good international education? Of course, we talk about national education as well. So I just want to share with you the three elements of a good international education. Yeah? The first element is that it must prepare the student for further education. Yeah, Dhruv talked about inclusiveness and so on. Preparing the student well for further education is number one. Number two, you prepare the student for employment. For a job. You need a job, however you look at it, yeah? You have to prepare the student for employment. And the third factor, you also have to prepare the student for life. These are the three key elements. Yeah? So with that, I just want to share with you some slides. In fact, these slides are the first time that I'm showing to any audience in Malaysia. I just got these from Cambridge last month. Yeah? So I owe it to my colleague who talked about science and maths. Yeah? Since you're talking about science, how do we teach maths? How do we teach science in Cambridge? Yeah? How do we integrate these skills into the curriculum? Sharing with you. Yeah? So I will just run on, and at the end of it, if there's time, I'll have a few minutes for questions. Is it okay? Yeah. So just bear with me. Yeah. So two of my colleagues, Caroline Taylor and Ellie McVeil, they did a presentation on teaching science and maths. Yeah. I'll start with science first. So, does this surprise you? We received 500,000 entries alone last year for the sciences. Yeah? So IGCSE constitute 41%, the O-level, traditional O-level, taken in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and the Middle East, for 25%, A-levels about 30%. So if we look at the number of entries, globally, there is a huge interest in science. Yeah, the sciences are our top subjects in both IGCSE and A-levels. Yeah?